What we see, what we know, and even how we experience each other is never complete. The known and the unknowable aren't opposites. They're bound together, and they're the way we experience the world around us. And that's what I paint. I call it structural omission.
We live in a time when certainty has collapsed. What we see, what we hear, even what we believe about ourselves feels increasingly unstable. But maybe that's not a crisis. Maybe that's the truth finally surfacing. Deborah Scott paints from the premise that everything we experience, the world, the people, the self, the image, is built from both the knowable and the unknowable. Not opposites, not flaws, just the structure of reality. Her paintings don't resolve this tension, they hold it. She calls it structural omission, a realism that reveals and resists, that shows us what happens when certainty slips, when the image looks back and offers no explanation. A woman, a pedestal, red rope, power outlet. It's staged for clarity, and yet nothing adds up. You search for meaning. The painting watches you do it. The more you decode, the more the structure resists. Scott isn't hiding a narrative. She's exposing the instinct to invent one. This isn't metaphor. It's a system engineered to destabilize interpretation itself. A woman in a red coat, a plastic Target bag, a clearing. You've seen this before, haven't you? That familiarity, that assumption, is the real subject. The painting gives you detail, then denies you meaning. You look again, searching for sequence, for story, but Scott already knows. You fill in the blanks, because certainty, even false certainty, is more comfortable than not knowing. Pouring water between glasses while skateboarding. It sounds like a punchline, but this is precision work. The balance is real and temporary. The poise is earned. It's not harmony. It's the labor of keeping things in balance. Scott isn't painting absurdity. She's painting what we mistake for control. A woman sits among cats, calm, composed. The image is legible. The logic isn't. And that's the omission, not what's missing, but what remains hers. Scott paints the space from inside out, where clarity meets its limits, where knowing ends and coexistence begins. Not broken, not obscure, just closed to you. Clocks strapped to her feet, stillness as burden, time not passing but pressing. The room behaves, the logic does not. This isn't distortion, it isn't dream, no surrealism here. It's precision that acknowledges collapse, realism that holds together just long enough to fall apart. Nothing happens, so you invent what must have happened or what will happen. This is the mechanism. Scott removes the event so you'll create it. The omission isn't aesthetic. You're not looking at a painting. You're watching your own narrative reflex at work. Most painters build toward completion. Scott builds towards interruption. These works aren't painted and then obscured. The disruption is the design. Every absence is reinforced. Every blank is bearing weight. The painting isn't finished when the image is clear. It's finished when the viewer is forced to hold what clarity cannot contain. We return to the mirror. She's still looking, but now so are we. Deborah Scott doesn't paint to solve the image. She paints what remains when the full story doesn't exist, and never did. This is not absence. It's refusal. Refusal to simplify. Refusal to soothe. Refusal to pretend. Because everything we see, everything we believe, everything we love is built from what we know and what we cannot know. Deborah Scott invites us to see it anyway. We don't need the whole story to see what matters. We just have to be willing to look.